So the holidays is now finally here and Christmas is right around the corner. And I know sometimes it can be super hard to get some ideas to fill up that Christmas list. So today I'm gonna be giving you guys 100 of the best Christmas gift ideas. And right now we're trying to hit 25,000 subscribers by Christmas. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to go down below and subscribe and comment down below what was your favorite gift on this list. But I don't want to hold you guys up for too long, so let's go ahead and hop into the list. Now I have multiple categories for the gifts that include YouTube gear. We have room decor, anything to do with tech, some clothing, and anything to do with gaming and or streaming, because I know a bunch of you guys out there want to become some streamers. All right, but let's go ahead and hop into category number 1, which is YouTube gear. Now these are 3 of the good budget-friendly options. Starting off with cameras, for number 1 we have the Canon EOS M50 Mark II, and this is actually the camera I'm using right now. We have the Sony a6-100 and the Sony ZV-1F. These are all great options for any up-and-coming YouTubers who need a really good budget camera. And if your camera can switch out a lens, I'd recommend the Sigma 16mm, and make sure it matches your camera whether you have a Sony or Canon. Next up for microphones, we have for the budget option a D80D4 Duo. That's the microphone I currently use. We also have the Rode Video Mic Go, the Power DY's lavalier microphone, and the Rode Wireless Go 2. These are all great options that just have different purposes. For a tripod, I recommend a Gorilla Pod. These are super universal. For a really good and high quality tripod, I'd recommend the Vanguard Alpha Pro 2. And for a budget tripod, I'd recommend the Geekoto. Now for lighting, I'd recommend some soft boxes from Newer as well as a ring light from Newer. For side essentials that you're all gonna need for your camera, you're gonna need some extra camera batteries. Don't forget your SD cards, and if you're wanting to have really well edited videos, I'd recommend you get a Premiere Pro license. Trust me, having a good editing software can go way further than you think. And that wraps up everything from our recommended YouTube gear. Now we're gonna move on to room decor, and we're gonna do this a little bit more rapid fire. We have fake plants, a lake mirror, a grass rug, clothing rack. Clothing racks are such a good way to display clothes, and they bring such a nice aesthetic to your room. By the way, a lot of these things on this list are gonna be for the more aesthetic. Next up, we got some RGB strips, because everyone loves some RGB strips, but do make sure you get the Govee RGB IC ones, because trust me, they are just the best RGB strips you can buy. Next up, we have a full-size mirror. I take pictures all the time, whether it's for Instagram or Twitter, and having a full-size mirror in your room can do you wonders, trust me. Then we also have some candles, some record vinyls, some floating shelves, a digital alarm clock, a shoe display, a mini fridge. Trust me, I have a mini fridge, and these things come in so clutch. It's always nice to just have a cold bottle of water in your room. Some pegboards, which you can put things like your backpack, any school gear you have, or even some decorations. Some Govee glides, some salt lamps, a couple of display shelves, a heated blanket. Trust me, these things are perfect during the wintertime. A 3D table lamp, some 3D wall panels, and I get questions about mine going along this wall all the time, and I'm gonna stop gatekeeping it, so yeah, 3D panels, these things are sick. Some skateboard decks, some floodlights to give some color to your room, jewelry holders. Me personally, I wear a bunch of chains and rings, and being able to keep them all organized is super clutch. Some bamboo hangers, some cos figures, and I don't buy the real cos figures because those can cost thousands of dollars. You can just find some budget ones on Amazon for like 20 bucks. And of course, some minimal bed sheets / pillowcases. Trust me, I know asking for bed sheets and comforters for Christmas doesn't seem like the most exciting idea, but trust me, a nice comforter can really bring a cozy vibe to your room. And that wraps up everything in the room decor. Next up, we have tech. If you're a big person in the gym or you just love listening to some music, for over-ear headphones, I'd recommend the Sony XM4s. I recently picked up a pair for Black Friday, and I am in love. The sound quality is just on another level. Another option is AirPod Pros, and if you're looking for a really nice keyboard, there's always a sponsor of today's video. The keyboard market is massive, and personally, I've built 4 custom keyboards, but this one caught my eye. The Daru A81 is a 75% keyboard that looks insane. From the packaging and unboxing experience, I have nothing but good things to say. The board itself looks amazing. It has a dyed plastic case and keycaps, but designs going all the way around the board. Inside the board has cotton sound dampening and their Sky V3 linear switch. This is my first time using these switches, and honestly, they feel great. Not to mention, this is also a gasket mounted keyboard, and for this price, I was impressed. The stabilizers used in this keyboard are some of the best I've seen in a stock keyboard. They feel amazing and have almost zero rattle. I'm not massive with the typing experience on keyboards, but the typing experience on this one was amazing. With the dyed plastic, the RGB lighting shines through this keyboard perfectly, and it is super easy to change up the designs. Truly, this is one of the best looking keyboards I own, and I am extremely impressed. If you're in the market for a new keyboard or know anyone who's interested in one, I can 100% recommend this one. Next up, a wireless charger. And if you're like me and you lose your wallet all the time, AirTags will come in clutch. Next up is an Amazon Alexa, which you can use to like control your lights, a JBL speaker, some Nanoleafs. Nanoleafs are expensive, but as you can see, I do have the Nanoleaf lines right here going along my wall, and they look outstanding. An essential oil diffuser, a brand new Apple Watch. If you're wanting a really good laptop, I would recommend the MacBook Pro. They are super expensive though, so if you're wanting a cheaper option, you could always go with the MacBook Air. It's always a good idea to have a little RGB light bulb and a lamp or either your ceiling. USB extenders come in clutch. Trust me, you never know. And of course, a long phone charger for when you're laying in bed and need that extra length. And that pretty much wraps up everything in the tech category. Next up is clothing. And for all my recommendations, I'm gonna go for more of my style. I would say I have a pretty good style. Right now, my entire fit is pretty much from H&M. I just have this green crew neck as well as some brown cargos and this jewelry I picked off at Etsy, and I'm not currently wearing any rings. But don't worry, all of the sites that I mentioned will have plenty of other clothing if my style doesn't really fit you. Now there's 5 main clothing categories I'm gonna be talking about, which is hoodies, crew necks, cargos, some basic tees, graphic tees, and of course socks. First up, from in-person shopping, I'd recommend Paxton or Tilly's for graphic tees. I've got most of my graphic tees from Paxton, and they have some heat. Trust me, just check it out. Next up, we have H&M for any basic white or black tees. These are really good for undercoats or just anything as a first layer. H&M also has some fire crew necks. Like I said, this is where I got this crew neck. And I thought I'd mention H&M also does have some really good sweatshirts. Next up, for online shopping, we do have Fashion Nova for graphic tees. They have a great selection at a bunch of affordable prices. Urban Outfitters is a great option for graphic tees, as well as Zoomies for graphic tees. Next up, for cargos, you can find some really good budget cargos on Amazon. My personal favorite places to pick up cargos are from Minimal. I have ordered so many pairs of cargos from Minimal. They have a great site, fast shipping, and so many different unique styles. And of course, you can never go wrong with H&M. They have plenty of selection. Next up, for jackets, I would recommend a corduroy jacket. A lot of people aren't a big fan of corduroy, but I think they bring an amazing aesthetic and look to your fits. Next up, we have some flannels. You can never go wrong with flannels. Some puffer jackets for the cold winters, and a puffer vest if you're wanting a more aesthetic look. And for socks, I would always recommend Nike socks because they're classic, they're minimal, and you can find them at pretty much any store. Now, for all my fellow gym bros out there, or you know someone who goes to the gym shorts are an essential. So I would definitely recommend checking out Gymshark for some gym shorts. You can find some really good gym shorts off of Shein, and you can also find some really good gym shorts off of Young LA. Personally, my favorite is Young LA. They have some heat on there. Next up, for side accessories, you can always get a nice backpack. I'd recommend an over-the-arm fanny pack. These things look crazy good for fits, and you can never go wrong with the good old tote bag. For side accessories, there's rings and chains. Personally, I pick up all of my jewelry off of Etsy. You can find the most unique pieces at a great price and great quality over there. So definitely, if you know anyone or you personally want some new jewelry, Etsy is the place to go. And most underrated thing for any male is a good pair of cologne. Trust me, smelling good will go a long way. I walk past so many people who just stink. So do yourself a favor and get a good thing of cologne. Next up, we have shoes. Personally, my favorite right now are the Panda Dunks. If you're wanting a casual pair of shoe or a gym shoe, get some Blazers. A classic that will match with any fit are some RY Air Force Ones. Any color of Jordan 1s always look amazing, and there's multiple different styles and selections that you can find. And the most underrated shoe right now is the New Balance 550s. A lot of people don't like the aesthetic and look that they have. Me personally, I also didn't a few months ago, but as you get more into fashion and putting together fits, trust me, New Balances look amazing. And overall, they are super underrated. Now for the last and final section, we have gamers and streamers. This is gonna be anything from PC gear, if you're just a casual gamer, or if you want to become a streamer, this will be all my recommendations for the best gear. Now for good audio, you're gonna need an interface as well as a microphone. This does get expensive, but my recommendations for an interface is the Go XLR Mini, and a good microphone to pair with it can either be the Shure MV7 or the Rode Pod mic. Personally, right now, I'm using the Shure SM7B, but it is a $500 microphone, and when you combine that with the Go XLR Mini, you're looking at about $800 for a microphone equipment, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend these, but if you're wanting a microphone that you can just plug in and immediately start working, I'd recommend the HyperX Quadcaster or the Blue Yeti. I've personally owned both of these, and they do a great job. A Gutsy 8 and mouse pad, a G Pro Superlight, a new gaming monitor, specifically make sure it's 165 hertz, a second monitor or even a third monitor. They don't have to be anything special. You can get them really cheap for like $100. A Blue Compass boom arm for your microphone. For a good pair of headphones, I recommend the SteelSeries Arctis 7 Pro wirelesses or the Sennheiser DT990 Pros. And a good chair can go a long way, but stay away from gaming chairs. I would 100% recommend getting an ergonomic chair. They are more expensive, but trust me, if you're sitting in a chair for a long period of time, an ergonomic chair is going to save you a lot of back pain. For desks, I would recommend recommend the IKEA Ekbakken/Alex Shore setup. This is what I'm personally using, but it is quite expensive. If you're wanting more of a low-key desk, you could also get a electric sit-stand desk that look amazing. Of course, you can never forget some RGB to go around a desk or behind your monitors or TV. If you're looking into getting a nice keyboard at a good price, I'd recommend High Ground. They are more of an up-and-coming brand that have amazing keyboards. A PS4 and or Xbox controller. For a webcam, I'd recommend a Logitech C920. And for a more budget-in mouse, I would definitely recommend the glorious Model O. Oh, that was a lot. And that officially wraps up every single one of my personal gift recommendations. That was a really quick and fast-paced 100 items. Comment down below, like I said before, what was your favorite item? I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope I inspired some people for some gift ideas. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for all the support on the recent videos. And like always, I hope you guys have a great day. Mwah.